Color's effects on race and class. Cholera history. Cholera came to Lexington in 1833. It resulted in 501 deaths. People blamed disease depending on what race and class you were. Disease was thought to be linked to a lack of moral structure. Slaves and poor whites were singled out in particular. About cholera. Cholera is a waterborne disease that attacked the small intestine via water. Symptoms included vomiting, dehydration, and diarrhea. You usually die within 72 hours of drinking the infected water. Cholera is made worse by Lexington's unclean water systems. This poster represents what was hung around the city to try to encourage everyone of their public health. It states, be temperate in eating and drinking. Sleep and clothe warm. Avoid getting wet. Take no medicine without advice. Cures and what people thought. Doctors are lost on how to cure cholera. They tried to give a dose of Camelot, which only made things worse because it made you even more dehydrated and sick. People believed eating too many vegetables would cause it as well. How people reacted. Many people blamed it on different races, specifically African Americans. During the outbreak, almost every business was shut down. Lexington was basically a ghost town. People would not even talk to each other on the streets in fear of catching it. People also believed that it was God punishing them. How slaves were treated. Slaves were property as such. There was an economic argument to invest in their cures. So basically, people thought there was no use in treating the slaves just because they worked for them. When a slave would fall ill, they'd rarely receive any medical treatment and be left to die. Poor whites and explanations to the cause. They were left to their own and received no medical help. Housing conditions. The poor classes often lived in unclean living situations where it is more easy to get the disease. Lack of religious structure. People also believed that if you did not go to church, you would get the disease. This is a picture that represents the city of Lexington and how chaotic it was. More reactions. White people blamed it on the slaves because they thought it was from Africa. If you were not originally from America, it was your fault. Also, if an African American did not comply to the sanitary repercussions, which was the poster that we saw before, they were publicly lashed 10 times. And if a white person did not follow, nothing would happen to them. People thought they deserved this disease because of the kind of person they were. People also thought this was the world ending. This is an example of an African American getting publicly lashed, or about to be publicly lashed because he did not follow the rules. Upper class reactions. They received the best treatment available. They left their cities and went to their country estates, another reason why Lexington was such a ghost town. The upper class believed there was no way they could get the disease because they were way too good for it.